Welcome to Electric Vitality Unplugged with your health coach, Christina Leo. Join us each week as we explore strategies with antioxidant negative ions to keep our bioelectric body strong, ensuring a vibrant and dignified life well into our golden years. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Electric Vitality Unplugged. And we are on episode 13, and we continue on the Anion product showcase. And I've got something in store for you that I hope you're excited about. Let me get started with the slide. And let's go to the slideshow real quick. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at our something that's important for all of us to keep on our feet, which is the socks. Okay, and Nephil socks is definitely one of the best product to add to your wardrobe. So, general disclaimer: everything provided is for informational purposes only. Always consult with your own medical or healthcare professional for your own health issues. And as a transparency, I am an authorized independent distributor of Nephil USA. And I am a marketing leader at the AGM level with Nephil USA. I'm also a meditation instructor, and I love helping people learn to take care of themselves. And when we take responsibility for our own health, your health will start to change. It's amazing how that transformation happens. I also have a finance and accounting background. Also had my own small business as well, and it was multiple health issues that by chance led me to Anion or negative ion clothing and bedding product. And for 15 years, it has provided amazing benefit for myself and my family. And I want the same for you as well. So that's what my mission is. And so today we're going to talk about socks. And I title it Massaging Your Feet with Socks. But let's kind of backtrack a little bit and think about, why do we wear socks, right? Socks, there's multiple reasons. First and foremost, it for protecting our feet, right? Because basically it creates a barrier between our feet and our shoes, which reduces the friction that can lead to blisters or irritation. The second thing is moisture management, because some socks, they could absorb sweat and helping to keep the feet dry, sorry for the typo, dry and prevent bacterial and fungal infections, such as athlete's feet or, any kind of foot issue. And then there's the temperature regulations. Basically, our feet, needs socks to provide warmth. And especially now, I'm in California and it's already getting cold. And at night, last night was like in 40 plus degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty cold. And I can't imagine the rest of the country that's starting to get into the colder months. So keeping our feet warm is very, very important. So socks kind of provide the warmth in the cold weather and also wicks away moisture in hot weather to maintain the comfortable foot temperature, just like how we maintain our body temperature. And then the fourth thing is hygiene, right? But when we wear socks, we reduce contact directly with the shoes. So it also helps to keep both our feet and our shoes cleaner as well. And socks provide wonderful support and comfort. A lot of socks, especially the thick socks that have kind of like thick layers, that provides cushioning and compression. So offering support during physical activities, like when I'm going to go out and play pickleball later, I'm going to wear probably definitely thicker socks, and I always wear Nephil socks underneath, and then I wear something that's it's kind of other material, because I don't want the wear and tear on my wonderful Nephil socks. So, but then I do wear thicker layers to protect my ankle. So the cushioning and the compression offer supports especially for people that are on their feet all day. And in a separate episode, I am going to do a kind of a special um, focus on this particular study that has been done just very recently, completed in May of this year, in regards to compression socks versus functional socks. And Nephil is considered a functional socks. And it was actually a research that was done with nurses. And we know nurses are on their feet all day long, and their feet goes through a lot of kind of stress, right? So that study particularly is relating to nurses as subject matters, and then they did a comparison between compression stocking versus functional stocking and the results. So I will have that episode for you in the future. And last but not least is really fashion and style. I saw somebody with the socks that look like dogs, face of dogs. So I guess they absolutely love dogs, right? So it's an expression of personal preferences. And, sometimes it reflects your personality, your cultural preference. And sometimes really a professional dress code require you, for example, to wear dark color socks, right? So that's the purpose of socks. But then when we talk about, when we get into the negative ion, anion world, right? Socks is very, very important. So, in addition to all of those things that I just listed as the reasons why we wear socks, is that the amnion socks goes beyond the normal purpose of socks. So, let's take a look, okay? The first thing is temperature regulation. It actually has the neuron fiber that's woven into these socks, right? That this is the material that generate the amnions. It has wonderful heat insulation properties. So it provide extra warmth in very cold weather, especially right now. Members I know wear like multiple layers of socks just to, really keep the feet not only warm, because when you keep the feet warm, you increase the blood circulation. You also enhance the flexibility in those area in your feet and the ankle and up to your shin. So that's really, really important in keeping our body warm. Because when the extremities like our hands and our feet are cold, that means our blood circulation isn't efficient enough. So neuron fiber has excellent heat insulation because it's 2 or 3 times warmer than wool in lab tests. So that's one of the reason why amnion socks is really superior to just a regular pair of wool socks or cotton socks. And the second thing is it has wonderful moisture management process because the neuron fiber itself doesn't absorb any moisture. So when your feet sweat, it will just wick away the moisture through the fiber and out. So unlike amnion socks, if you were to wear cotton-based socks, and cotton will continue to absorb the moisture. So if you wear cotton socks and your feet sweat, it's gonna go directly into the fiber, and it's gonna be absorbed in the fiber. And cotton doesn't dry very easily. So what happened is the moisture in the fiber will stay there. So what happened is your feet being warm is going to touch upon the the cold kind of cotton socks, and it's going to start to try to kind of how would you say it? It's going to cause the temperature of your feet to drop. So therefore, it's very important for us to wear something that keeps warm, but also wicks away the moisture so that it doesn't retain in the fiber. So because the neuron fiber doesn't absorb any moisture, so it will wick away that moisture. So therefore, it will keep your feet dry. I just realized I have two typo on dry, and for some reason I type in an extra A for some reason. I apologize. Ignore that. But anyway, so it'll keep your feet dry and also prevent bacterial and fungal growth. Okay. So the other very, very important part of wearing amnion socks is that Anion generate the beneficial negative ion and or anions through friction. Last week's episode, I talked about triboelectricity and talked about through friction, electrons transfer. So when we wear socks, and especially, as we go about our business all day long, we walk, we could sometimes we sit, but throughout most of the day, um, we are on our feet a lot, right? So our feet, as we are, walking, we are creating that friction. And then throughout that friction creation process is going to generate the negative ion, which with our feet, we have a lot of pressure point in our feet. So it will go straight in through the pressure points. And the pressure point has been defined as, kind of like the electrical differential within our skin that allows electricity to flow easier. So what happened is when we wear our socks and we are walking in it, we are constantly generating amnion and it goes right into our feet and then goes straight into our body to provide all those wonderful negative ion benefits. So that's why wearing the negative ion socks is very, very important for that aspect. And because our feet also reflect the different organs in our body. So the pressure point going in there will actually have direct benefit to each part of our body. And you could pull up like a Google map on, feet reflexology, and you'll see all the different organs associated with it. And we've had members that wear our socks at different parts of the socks because the associated organ has some issues. That's why it's actually putting more wear and tear in particular parts of the socks. So that's one of the really key important thing in wearing the neuron socks. And then the fourth thing is that as we wear the socks, it generates negative ion, and we know that it has this beneficial cell rejuvenation process. So when we wear the socks, they generate negative ion. It keeps the skin, on your feet actually soft, and because it rejuvenate the cells. So if you have really callous skin and wearing the socks over time, it will actually soften your skin. And we've had members that their feet are like, 10, 20 years younger because of wearing the socks all day long. Okay. And then the last but not least is the support and the compression style, right? And I'll go through the different style of the socks that we have. It provides supports and comfort. Okay, so that's really the advantages of wearing not just socks, but to wear amnion socks. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so let's kind of go through the different types of socks that Neffel has. Okay, so LS004 is the long socks, and then LS005 is the room socks. So when I go through these socks, they will vary by thickness, vary by length, and vary by the material. So you should always consult the catalog or the person who shared this with you, okay, on what are all the differences in socks. And then it will come down to your personal choice, your personal preference, your pricing point, and but then all of them provides wonderful benefit. It's just that, the personal preferences could dictate how you like your socks. So for example, the LS005, the room socks, it's on the thicker side. And I love it. I wear it to sleep. And it's thicker. So I've had members that just wear it like kind of like boot socks. They just wear it with their boots. And it provides wonderful cushion and keeps them very warm. And then the long socks, it goes a little bit longer. It covers your shin and goes up to a little below the knee. So it's great for wearing like if you're traveling, to prevent the swelling of the feet on an airplane, because we're sitting there the whole time, right? So the blood and will pool, and then so that's why when you want to put on your shoes, sometimes you can't put it in because your feet got bigger, right? So wearing long socks when traveling, it's wonderful. I mean, and I could attest to that. Whenever I fly to Asia, I make sure I have long socks on. Never had any problem putting on my shoes. And when I get off the plane, my feet are wonderful, like no problem at all. So I had mentioned about compression socks. There is a style that it's fairly long, fairly tight, and you can see that it has multiple compression point. So it's great also for traveling on a plane or even like just normal, like, train travel or car travel, if for long distance where you're going to sit a lot. So this socks not only has the compression built in, but it also has the negative ion, which is beneficial to your feet. So this is a really good choice for those that like, kind of like the tightness of the socks. So, and then we also have the five toe socks. The five toes is very interesting. Some people like it, some don't. But the five toes is very good if, to hug every single toes. Because if you think about it, when we wear like just regular socks, right? Your feet are kind of surrounded, right? But then like in between, you're not really getting the negative ion other than like the upper and maybe the lower part. Now, when you wear the five toe socks, it hugs every single one of them. And so it gives, equal opportunity for each toes to get the exposure of anions. So it comes in the men's as well as the women's style. And then there's the one for the kids. Okay. And sometimes it's like if you have small feet, you could actually wear the kids' socks as well. And the pricing point is a little bit lower. And then the casual ankle socks is good for the summer months, I think. Because in the wintertime, it isn't as warm as some of the other ones because it does run on the thinner side. Okay. And then I love this high socks. As a matter of fact, I'm actually wearing them right now because the weather has been, getting colder. So this is wonderful to wear. It doesn't go as high as the knee, but then it kind of hugs your feet, and it's just so comfortable. And some of them we call them dual layer socks because on the inside is 100% neuron, usually 80 to 100%. And then on the outside, it's a blend of different materials. And there's also the low cut socks for those of you that likes kind of like no-show socks. I personally don't really like it in terms of it's low cut because it tends to slip off for me. But for some people, they may like it that way, as in, a no-show sock. So you want to make sure that when you put it on, that it's comfortable and it won't slip off. But I like to have my ankles covered, so I tend to wear the socks that are a little bit higher as well. So as I mentioned, it's all personal choices. And then the room socks now has different, design and color variations. So just want to show you the bow tie socks, and then I think it's called the argyle socks. So they just have different designs, so offering a little more different style, but they're exactly like the room socks that I showed previously. I actually forgot to take the snapshot of the women's socks and the men's kind of like dressing socks. And they're in the catalog. So those are 100% near on the inside and the blend on the outside. And one thing of caution, I always kind of like to let people know is that the socks, the outer layer, sometimes over time it could start to wear, but a lot of times the inner, like for example, the room sock, the inner material, neuron material is actually very durable. So what I often like to do is I wear, one or two pairs of Neville socks, and then I may wear like another kind of like a different material that socks that I don't mind that it just tears because I want to protect my investment in the neuron socks. So the outer material can last longer. But you can rest assured as long as you wash it clean, the ability to generate negative ion never expires. And then, as I mentioned, in all of the benefits is, it keeps you warm, it massages your feet as it generate negative ion, go into the pressure point, wicks away moisture. And we have actually, quite a number of people that had athlete's foot problem or any problem in the feet, that it's been helped by wearing the socks. Um, Let me see. Okay, so now I'll just kind of go through the neuron characteristic. As I mentioned, it keeps you warm, it keeps you comfortable, it keeps you healthy, and keeps you safe. So those are all the aspects that it's also included in the socks. Okay, all of these characteristics. And neuron, as I mentioned, is exclusive to nephil, and then it generates negative ion through friction with the skin. It goes straight into the body. And as I mentioned last week's episode where I talked about tribal electricity, our human body actually has really low kind of voltage breaking point. So it allows electricity to actually goes in because our skin actually tend to lose electrons. So but then because it has low kind of I think it's the breakage point, so it actually will go in easier. Layering is the key. So, this is kind of like what I call it the full set, but and the socks is a very important part of it. So even for the socks, if you could wear 1, 2, or 3 layers, the more the better. Because it just provides that extra boost of negative ion to the skin. Okay. So we want to mimic the mother nature as much as we can, especially like at the waterfall. And then amnion benefit is it purifies our blood, it regulates autonomic nervous system, enhances our immune system, and then rejuvenate the cells. And I have episode talking about each of these benefits. So you could go back to the previous episodes to learn about them. Okay. And the best thing is to have a full collection, and you can use these for a very, very long time. And throughout that time period, your health will continue to improve. You continue to be kind of protected from the environment and continue to gain the wonderful healthy benefit from the amnions. So very important to keep that perspective in mind that you are investing in your health so that you can extend your life. And extending your life and to live in a very, very uh, healthy and independent way. And the neuron fiber and its predecessor have won many certification in terms of safety, and millions of people have been wearing it. So you don't have to worry about it, its safety level. And lab proof has demonstrated that it could generate a significant amount of negative ion per cubic centimeter, which is like the size of a sugar cube. And then it's also demonstrated that it has very high electrical voltage in negative charge. You could see in this chart, if we pause the video, you could see that it's all negative charge, okay? It has all negative charge in front of each of the product line that were tested. And neuron is the only fiber that no matter what condition that it comes in contact with will always generate the negative charge. So 5Ds is, the key success factor to using the product is density. The more you have, the more layer you have, the greater success you have, and the quicker the effect. And the duration is very important. It's keeping your body charged all day and all night. It's kind of like plugging your cell phone to charge it up, and you don't want to unplug it. And then having direct contact with the skin for a neuron product is very important because that's how it goes into our body. And you want to wash with nephil detergent or any plant-based detergent that doesn't have any additives and just pure plant-based and providing the ability to gently lift the any toxin, dirt, oil absorb onto the fiber, lift it away, and then allowing the fiber to be clean, having direct contact with the skin, and allowing to do its job. Important thing is always remember to drink 8 to 10 cups of water if you don't have any issue with water, because our body is like 70% water. So water also conducts electricity. So when you are hydrated, you enable the negative ion to go into your body, do all the wonderful things better. Okay, so staying hydrated is very, very important. You could pause this video to look at the general washing instruction. You could do hand wash or machine wash, but please, 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 just remember, avoid any heat source. It does not like high heat. No, so no hot water, no dryer, okay, no ironing, and no softener and bleach for sure. So as I mentioned about plant-based detergent. So you do those things, it will keep you give it time, and sometimes it could be very quick, sometimes it takes longer, but 3 to 6 months you'll see your body improve. Okay. So the important thing is I encourage you to nestle up, so that your body is well protected, and when you sleep allows your body to restore. Because of inflation in raw material, manufacturing costs, products will see price increases of 5 to 25% come 2025. So work with the people that share this with you, or you could contact me as well if you are interested in taking advantage of the product before the pricing goes up. Okay. And then what you want to do is sleep well every night and wake up energized. This is my daughter. She's a lot bigger now, but every night this is how she sleeps, and she's all comfortable, and she's away at college, and I still, we still make sure that she has all her bedding products. And then, you want to be happy and joyful, like my family, my younger daughter, my husband here is, you want to get started on your day happy and healthy, and just be joyful all the time, because I came across a wonderful quote today, is that a healthy person can have thousands of dreams, but a sick person has only one dream. Okay. So I want to leave that with you, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.